guys, how's it going? And welcome back. So we have the Logitech MX keys for Mac and the MX Master 3 for Mac. Keyboard and mouse combination. Now, you do have to buy these things separately because not everybody wants to spend $130 on a mouse or $130 on a keyboard, but they'll spend it on one or the other. And a lot of people do spend on both. I've watched a lot of Mac fanatics like myself on YouTube, and we all got brand new Macs, and we all got the Logitech keyboard and mouse because, hey, let's face it, there ain't nothing else in the market like this stuff, and reasonably priced too. And I do mean reasonably. An Apple extended keyboard will set you back over $200, and then of course you still got to buy the mouse, which has very limited functionality compared to this baby. Okay, but then of course you have limited functionality in the Apple stuff for far more money. So pick your poison on that one. I went Logitech in the end. And I still got Space Gray, and I got illumination, something Apple doesn't do, right? And of course this is packed with features like forward and back buttons, side scrolling or horizontal. You have free for all. It's a magnetic scroll wheel, so when the magnet is off, it's free rolling. You can just spin it and you'll just go, you know. And if you push the button, it has like a force feedback kind of thing where it's ratcheting feel like a regular mouse. But then you can also free for all it as well. If you flick it hard enough, it just stops a little sooner in ratcheting mode than it would in non-ratcheting mode. Okay, you have right click, left click, very easy to handle, unlike a Mac mouse, which can be a bit of a pain. And of course, like the Mac keyboards and mouse, these are rechargeable, yes. These come with Type-C to Type-C rechargeable cables, but no power blocks. So you're going to have to charge them either taking up 2 ports on your Mac or your Mac dock, okay? Or you're going to have to go out and buy some charging blocks. And yeah, so that kind of sucks. But at least if you're hooked into your Mac and take up 2 ports, hopefully you have more, then you can actually use them at the same time while charging, which is a benefit. And you'll know when they're done charging because the lights actually go off. Okay, but they do this kind of with the green light while it's charging, and then, like I said, when they're fully charged, they're off. It takes a couple hours to fully charge them from basically dead. I didn't charge mine right away, but I got about a couple of days, and they just kind of like, yeah, that was the end of the keyboard, and the mouse was kind of acting up. So it's like, maybe I should charge these things. You think? So a couple hours later I come back and they're fully charged, and they've been running for days since. You get about 70 days out of one full charge on the mouse. You get 10 days out of the keyboard on a full charge if you use the illumination backlit. Okay? If you don't, they say that you can get up to 5 months. Okay, so what they're saying is that the LED panel blood sucks your battery for all it's worth. Okay, whatever. Generally, LEDs don't draw that kind of power, but I guess we're going to find out because I love the illumination. The other thing I like too is when you are not near the keyboard, not touching it, or not even near it, it's off, right? But as soon as you get your hand close enough, it'll automatically sense you and turn the lights on. That's freaking cool. Now, if you use the Logitech software for the keyboard and mouse, you can program them to do other things with their buttons that are assignable, okay? But I'm not using the software because I don't care for any of those features. I am quite content with everything I have at my disposal without any extra software sucking back RAM or resources out of my computer. Not that it's a lot, but it still does it regardless, right? So, on a Mac keyboard, F2 and F3 are the same as, F1 and F2 you will have on a Mac keyboard as well. That'll control your illumination brightness control for your screen. Now F5 and F6 are not generally assigned on a Mac keyboard, but on this keyboard it controls your illumination amount. So you can have it duller or brighter, which can conserve battery power if it really does blood suck the battery that bad. Okay, you can turn it down. The software, if you're using the software, you can have it control the illumination, of course, to go with the ambient light around you. The darker it gets, the brighter it gets. The lighter it gets, you can get to the point where it's actually off or very barely visible. Now, on the other side of the keyboard here, because this is extended, we have 1, 2, and 3, which is F13, 14, 15. These are for binding 3 different computers or a combination of computers and iPads or iPhones onto the keyboard, right? And you can do the exact same thing with the mouse, okay? They do have PC versions of this keyboard, which is dual Mac and PC, and the mouse, they've called it a different name, but it's the same exact mouse, but they call it a different name for it, and of course, they have the Windows version software. So, either way, whatever, do as you so choose with that information. To find out everything about these keyboards and mice and the programs and what they allow you to do for functionality and programmability, you need to go to the website, read up on all the specs, because the instructions that come with them tell you squat. Same as the boxes, they tell you very, very little, in fact. And there's nothing that I've found so far that tells me how long it actually takes to charge the batteries. Just when the light's out, it's charged. That's real helpful, Logitech. Like, okay. But at least you can still use them while they're charging, because at least they thought well enough, like Apple didn't. They put the charge thing here on the front of the mouse so you can actually use it wired. The keyboard, they supply you with a Bluetooth dongle in case you need it. I don't know why you would. Bluetooth is Bluetooth, right? Nope, not exactly. Different versions of Bluetooth. And even Logitech keyboards can only go backwards compatible so far, and that's kind of it. In the case of this one, your minimum operating system for the Mac OS is 10.1.5, okay? Or right up to Monterey. They have the supported software for that to take you right into Monterey. So that's awesome. Same as the mouse. They have all the supported software to go right up to Monterey. So that's fantastic. And of course they do have Windows 10 drivers. I didn't see Windows 11 drivers, but they may have them. I don't know. They definitely go to Windows 10 though. The keys have nice feedback to them, okay? And they're not really loud, per se, you know, and honestly, who cares about how loud your keys click? I'd be more concerned of whether or not they're working on the screen. That's my bigger concern, not noise. But they are, either way, they're very nice to push down on, and when they come back up, they're very nice. They feel way better than a Mac keyboard, honestly. I've never found a Mac keyboard that's as nice as this, so sorry, Apple, that's the way it goes. Now, as far as the keys themselves, each letter or number or command key lights up through its own little diagrammatic picture. So you could be typing on this thing for probably years down the road, and you're still never going to wear out letters like you would on regular keyboards that don't illuminate the actual insides of the caps like this, okay? So those keyboards, you'll wear them out. This, no, they're still going to always light up, and you know, as long as that LED panel works anyways, they're going to be there. And even if it doesn't light up one day, maybe you do blow the LED panel and they still work, well, you still have the full keys as if they were when they were new, just no light up at that point. Just kind of explaining things as we go here so you get the gist of things. It's beefy, it's got weight to it, feels like a quality piece. Definitely your battery is in this area somewhere, on and off switch, and of course your Type-C port here for charging. So it's out of the way, which is nice. Same as the mouse, it's out of the way. They don't give you a dongle for the mouse though, that's interesting. But the keyboard they did. Now, at the price of $129 a piece, worth the money every minute. Just, I would do this again in a heartbeat if I had to. Now, you do get a standard 1-year warranty with each. Now, if you buy direct off Logitech, I don't know if they sell an extended warranty plan, but otherwise you're dealing with Logitech. Even if you buy from Best Buy, Staples, or The Source, for example, if you don't buy the extended warranties from those companies, or it's an over-the-counter exchange thing, like you just walk in the store, say, it's dead, they give you a new one, right? Not if you didn't buy that extended warranty, they don't. They're like, contact Logitech, get your RMA, pack it up, ship it to them, and wait till Lord knows when before you get your new replacement. Get their warranty extension though, it's an in-house thing. Give me your dead keyboard, they'll give you a new one. Give me your dead mouse, they give you a new one. That's how it rolls. Okay? Now, some of these stores will have a 1-year replacement over the counter, like Staples does, where I bought this from. Geek Squad may have longer, I don't know, and I have no idea what The Source offers. But all three of them are Logitech dealers. Okay? And being that Bell Canada owns Logitech now, of course the Source, it's an in-house brand for them. So they actually have the lockdown, I guess, or whatever you call it, because Bell actually owns the Source as well. But anyways, who owns what anymore? I mean, it's getting crazy. I've been finding out other companies that Apple owns, and I'm like, huh, that explains a few things. No, in a good way though. Yeah, and the divots are very comfortable on the keys. They're not flat, and they're really nice. So, anyways, so where do we want to score this stuff at? Well, in my opinion, I'm scoring it at a 4.5 out of 5. Nothing's perfect, given, but I have to do 4.5 out of 5 because this stuff is feature packed, with or without software. Either way, you're very feature packed. Fantastic stuff. So let's give you a little bit of a demo of some of the stuff on this. Now, there's a camera button on above the number pad. So if we just click that, we get an instant screenshot. It's like, okay, I like that. Click done, it saves it, or throw it in the trash. Now, video games are fun too, because the keyboard will also operate through the video game. So we're gonna do something a little bit fun for you guys. So hopefully we can still keep this within time limits. Not the screenshot I was going for. Come on. Oh, really? Let's try this one more time. No. Alright, one last time, alright? Just one. We're not at 15 minutes yet, which is my time limit for today. I think I got it. Okay. There we go. Midair. Poof. Got it. That's kind of cool. And we got another screenshot that we did too. That one hurt. So you can do that through your programs, like through your games. So if you're playing a game and you're like, I gotta get a screenshot, boom, you can do it, right? Now, the other button beside it, so F18, click it fast once. So wherever that cursor is on, it'll bring up the appropriate or recording drop menu. Okay, so if we're over here in the middle of the screen, we'll get this one, right? If we click on my games folder, we're gonna get this one. It's like hitting the right clicker on your mouse. So if you've already reassigned your mouse right clicker for some other feature, you still have this key, as long as you didn't reassign it to something, and you can have your right click capability there without having to click the mouse because it's for another feature now. So there are advantages to this. The lock button is F19. It brings you to your lock screen. So works fantastic. I like it. I think it's really nice setup overall. Okay, I'm very happy with it. I think you would be too. Again, this is the Mac only version. They do have PC versions of the same stuff where the keyboard is actually a dual version, Mac and PC combined. And of course, they have the PC mouse that they call MX for business or whatever, and they have their software for that. It's the exact same mouse though. It's just you need the PC software, obviously. There may be a protocol difference for Bluetooth, that I don't know, but I don't think so because I did actually bind this up to my PC because I have a dongle specific for my tower that I bought way back. So I'm not even using the dongle for this, and it communicates fine with my tower, so I can actually have this for my tower. The only thing is I don't have, command, window key and alt, and then over here I would have, alt function and whatever, control. So it's kind of weird if you're trying to bind this particular Mac only version keyboard to a PC, but you can get the dual one if you are intending to use a Mac and a PC with this keyboard. And if you want the other features, like, you go like a thing where you go copy here, and then you want to bring it to your next computer with the mouse, and you've got everything tied together seamlessly, you can paste it to the next computer. That's freaky technology. Some of you will appreciate it. Some of you are still shaking your head going, how the heck did they do that? That's a good question, but they do it. The software, you need the software in order to pull it off. But you can do that up to like within 3 Mac computers too, right? Or even 2 Mac computers. It's kind of however you want to set this thing up, which is nice. But that's my thoughts and feelings on this keyboard and mouse combo. I definitely think for $129 a pop, you're not going to go wrong. I mean, you're going to pay over $200 just for an extended Apple keyboard, you know, which is ridiculous considering how little it offers you in comparison to this, you know. The Mac Magic Mouse, yeah, some people like them. But you know what? Your Magic Mouse can't do what this does. And I know we're a little over what I wanted for time, but I wanted to show you this quickly. And that's with the scroll feature. Okay, they say 1,000 lines within a second, but I wouldn't count on it, but you never know. So, we're in free mode right now. So this button here actually puts you between free mode and ratchet. So when you press it, magnets kind of lock it in a sense of, it's not locked, but you can feel the feedback of the ratchet like you would on a regular mouse. That's just that. But when you touch it again, it's free for all. Okay, so if I give this mouse a flick, as long as I'm within that window pane of doing that, it's going to do it, right? And it'll stop eventually, right? If I put it in ratchet mode, it'll stop a little bit sooner because the magnets are trying to slow it down, right? And it'll stop sooner. Now, the nice thing about ratchet mode is you have precise control over little movements at a time, or you know, a full or 3/4 movement of the wheel. When you're in free mode, you're just a swipe is just going boom, so you move more with less movement basically. So that's a really cool feature. The same as when you're putting in your files here, right? You know, you can use the side wheel, scroll it to the end there. Okay, we want that there, and we want this right here on that level. Actually, we should. Can we move this up one? Yes. So we'll move this up. So now I can say, all right, well we got a file here. We're going to dupe that there, go here, and just use the side wheel. I don't even have the software installed, and I've got all these accessibilities to me right away, you know, which is really nice. You know, because in the Mac software for mouse and keyboard, that is definitely going to give you full out control over stock Apple stuff, where you know this is you're like, where's my swipe feature? Well, it's already on. You don't have to worry about it because that's for Mac stuff. This is, I mean, Apple branded, right? This isn't Apple branded, but it's Apple compatible. But all these features are already turned on, you know, including your right click. Whereas with a Mac mouse, you have to turn on the right click or turn it off, and there's some features you actually can't change in a Mac mouse, you know. So, like most of it. But yeah, I kind of like this. It's great, you know. But yeah, that's kind of an example of how that wheel works for you. And you know, musicians, you're gonna find that really handy. You know, graphic artists, movie guys, you're gonna find all these features extremely handy to you. But anyways, that's what I got for you guys. As far as I'm concerned, we're out of time. We've covered quite a bit. If you want to know even more about this keyboard and mouse, definitely go to the Logitech website. Do more research on it if you want to know more. Check out other YouTubers that are using this keyboard and mouse, see what they have to say. Check out PC Mac versions of these keyboards. You'll get the title names from the Logitech website for the PC Mac versions, because you know this is MX for Mac, the other one's for business, which is Windows, and of course then you got the Logitech has a different name for it for the Windows environment, which is, like I said, it's a dual key setup for Mac and PC. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much what we got for you today. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll definitely catch you on the next one. See ya.